Yo, welcome to a new week of training. It's the 13th of April, currently 2:15 in the evening. And if you're wondering why I'm not on placement, it's because it doesn't start for another 2 weeks. How good. Anyway, I've been needing to run. I haven't run in like a week. So today, I've mustered up the strength to go jog outside. One problem though, is it has been raining. And it's kind of stopped for a bit, so I'm going to try go in between the period of when it rains. So hopefully I can stay dry, but I'm going to go for 10 kilometers with 4 kilometers at a tempo speed. So that's going to take me like an hour, and there's a high chance I get soaked. But I'll bring you guys along for the journey. Bit of a movie. Let's go. Stop at the traffic light. This is way harder than it was meant to be. Just those first run back, after a week, everything just is so much harder than normal. I'm only like 4Ks in. That was, God. Good old Quebec road. Doesn't get any less steep on the way up, at least. Done 8 kilometers, get a little 2-minute rest, and then a little jog home for 2 kilometers. It's starting to rain, I don't know if you can tell. It's looking quite cloudy outside, which is not ideal, but it's kind of nice at the same time. Like, a little bit of rain is nice, as long as it's not torrential rain where everything is getting wet in places it shouldn't be wet, then it's fine. Also, my left hip is hurting. I don't know why. It started hurting yesterday in my warm-up for squash. Now it's hurting when I run. I can still run through it, but it almost feels like I've got osteoarthritis. It feels like it's bone on bone. Who knows, maybe it's just a tight hip. Let's hope that's the case. All done. That's 10k in 55 minutes. Average heart rate 155. I'm sure you can tell. It's raining. Beautiful day. I'm happy to be home. Yeah, my left hip a little bit sore. Didn't really feel too fast or that good. I had a bit of a stitch the whole time, but we're done. Don't need to worry about running for the rest of the day. Get in. Alright, I'm in a bit of a tricky place at the moment. It's Tuesday, and last night I couldn't sleep for 2 reasons. One, the main one, because my skin was just absolutely flaring up and it was pissing me off. But number 2, my hip was sore. Now, I've gone through the day using my own knowledge, done a bit of a AROM and PROM, active range of motion and passive range of motion, hashtag physio knowledge, and I've self-diagnosed myself with a slight a slight hip flexor strain, because any sort of motion I have to do with lifting my hip on my left hip or lifting my left knee kind of hurts. But it doesn't hurt when I lift it up myself. So only when I do it with my muscle, it hurts. Which is not good, because every sport I do requires hip flexion. Cycling. Ow, hip flexion right there. Running, like yesterday. Hip flexion. Swimming. You're kicking. Hip flexion. So, I don't know what to do. Because normally if I'm injured, I could bike or swim. It's just the impact ones that I can't do. But now I can't do niche. But, speaking of that, I am still going to go for a bike ride on the trainer. But I'll keep it fairly easy, because I don't want to make it worse. But I also want to maintain my fitness and keep the other muscles going. So we'll kind of play it by ear. And hopefully we'll be alright. I'll keep you updated. Look. Woo. Good old Zwift. Turn that thing on.
Just 10k to go. That should be around 45 minutes. Then we're done. Simple one. Left hip flexor is hurting a little bit, but it eases up now and then. I made it to the top of the hill. Now 7.3k left, but mostly downhill. So this should go quick. We're done. 34 minutes. Almost done. I went too hard. I always do. Oh, my legs are burning. Thank God that's over.
Alright, you guys know what time it is. Look. Ah, just turned off. What the hell, bro? Ah, the video started. As you can tell, I'm not really too good with the hair, you know? I kind of just wake up, eat my breakfast, do a bit of admin, then I do my workout. But I don't really care about my hair, because I'm not going out, so I don't need to. Anyway, we're loading the map. Boom. Watopia. It's loading. I put a fan here, which is hopefully going to help keep my heart rate lower and keep me cool. We're going to start this workout. How exciting. I have my FTP on it as well from, it says at 225 watts, which I did not put. It got that automatically from, it was really like 10 out of 10 hard effort I did middle of last year. And it said my FTP was at 225. But all the workouts are just way too hard. Like some of them were just, I just can't do them. So I've lowered it to 205. Hopefully I'll be able to do more of the workouts, at least complete them.
Alright, warm up done. The way today's session is going to work. Oh, look at that. That's me. We're going to do 10 minutes at like a 180 watts or 190 watts. And a 2-minute rest. The rest is like 115 watts. Times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sets. So the total time this will take is 112 minutes. Wait, no way it's that long. I don't know how long it's going to take. Maybe 80 minutes. 72. I don't know. Something along those lines. Should be alright. Wish me luck. One down. 4 to go. 2 sets done. 185 watts in 10 minutes. Third one's coming up at 190 watts for 10 minutes. That is 3 done. 190 watts done. 2 to go. So it's 185 for 10 minutes, 2-minute break, and then 180 for 10 minutes. And then cool down. Come on. 1 to go. And boom chakalaka. We did it. So it's an hour and 12 minutes. 50 minutes is working. 12 minutes of warm up, cool down. 2 minutes rest in between each set. Solid effort. Solid effort. I feel like my pedaling technique is a lot more efficient. Before, I was like pushing on the pedals for dear life, trying to hold like 190 watts. Now I can just do it. And my heart rate was under 150. Also, I think the fan, that fella right there, has played a massive difference. The only problem is, I've got 2 plug points. One is for the trainer. The other is for my laptop to charge. So, there isn't any for my fan. Only, I have to take this, the laptop charger out to plug that in. So, kind of have to pick my battles, you know? Do I want a nice bright screen 60 FPS on my laptop, or do I like to remain cool? Remaining cool is obviously better, but there's only so long my laptop has battery for. Enough yapping.
Just signed up for another race. This one's in July, but it's an ultra. Like, what am I doing? It's 57k though, so it could be worse. But I don't know why I'm doing it. But we're in. Boom. 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 That's the course. 1,540 meters of elevation. It's gonna be a bit of a movie. I better start run training. At the moment, I'm only doing 1 hour. 1 hour runs. Max. Once a week. And then I do like 40-minute runs. Maybe 50-minute runs. None more than 10 kilometers. So I need to get my meters up and my elevation up. Alright. Played squash this morning. Now it's time for a gym session. I created a plan for the next 4 weeks until the foreseeable future. But I've only filled out 4 weeks of it because I want to see how it is, because there's always adjustments I need to make. Also, yeah, because I don't know how exactly I'm going to handle all the training with placement. So I might need to do some morning sessions, which will be like 5 in the morning, which is pretty early, but we'll see. But for now, got a full body gym session. Alright, all done in the gym. I did a set of bench press, like an ab exercise, and lateral raises as well, but it's quite difficult to record because there's no one to put my phone up, or I have to ask people to record me. There's no way I'm doing all that, bro. Ah, come on. Alright, look at my squash racket. Look at that grip. It's like proper grey. So I bought another Caracal. These are quite well known squash grips, or grips used for squash rackets. And I'm gonna change it because this thing is slipping out my hand, which is not good. It served me well though. It has served me very well. But it is time for it to be retired, unfortunately. I've had this racket for like 2.5 years, and I'm only just changing the grip. But to be fair, I have 4 rackets. I had 4 rackets, one of them broke, and I rotate between the 3, but still using the factory grip, a bit crazy. And I tell you what I also need is some bar tape for my bike, but that's a later problem. All done. Alright. It's Friday. We're gonna do I have a VO2 max session set. What I did in my plan. But I think what I wanna do is do a little Zwift race. Something like that. Should be, the race is 21 Ks. I think I'm the first person here. Signed in. Wait. That's me. But We've chosen category D. So category A is obviously the strongest. Category E is the weakest. So I chose D. Because some of these dons are crazy strong. So yeah, we'll stay at D for now. This is hard work. God. 4K to go. It's pretty fast. Very fast. Look at the result. Yeah, baby. We won Cat D. Am I the GOAT or what? Sorry, my fan's kind of going off. Alright, my friends. I'm sure you can tell by the super suit what we're out to do. It looks like a great day. It's a bit overcast, which is alright, but there is no wind. So hopefully that means there is no waves. But we shall see, because you never know. You just never know. Oh well, if you look behind me, the tide is low. It's far out. No waves. Like, is this a movie or something? Same ritual as always. Get the caps on, get the goggles on. How exciting. Alright, we're ready to go.
One week later.
I'm happy that's over. Jeez, what a mission. 2K done though, not bad. Pace is like the same, but I feel like I'm getting better. I feel like my breathing's better. Don't know. What the hell's going on over here? Oi. What are you doing? We don't even own a cat. Naughty. Just did a gym session with my friend at the 82 Millennium, but I feel so lightheaded. I feel sick. Because it was like interval max efforts. Like, bro. Oh. Like, I'm all good with intervals if it's like aerobic, or like running, lower limb stuff. But this was like max effort benches, max effort pull-ups, max effort biking, back to back to back, no rest. And oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna die. If we had another set, I'd 100% be vomiting. I still feel like I could. Hopefully I'll be okay. Alright, we're gonna go for a little 8K run around the block. It's Sunday, our cousin's training this morning. Oh, cousins, I say cousins. Squash training this morning. Look at the hair. Looking fresh. And I was meant to go for a 5K run yesterday, and that just didn't happen. And we're meant to go for a bike ride today, but my mate couldn't make it, so we've postponed it to tomorrow. So I thought I might as well do my run that I was meant to do yesterday today. But instead, to punish myself, we're going to do 8k instead of 5. Now that I've signed up for an ultra, you know, I got to get my time on feet up. So let's go do that. Damn, nice day. 3.5k in. Almost at the halfway point. And we turn around and then I'll go home. It's 4.5k's. Gonna take a little rest. I went way too hard, as usual. Just so boring running slow. Like what? It's a bit sunny. Just pouring before. Now I'm full body sun. I think going faster was not a smart idea because I can feel my hip flexor again. And I haven't run since Monday, which was 6 days ago. Today's Sunday. We'll see when I get home. It's felt alright when I played squash and done gym sessions. So, I don't know. What's going on? Rough one. 8k done. Thanks for watching.